didn't do it. I bought it. Well, I was building another one for 15 years and gave up. I got bigger stuff.
While your husband's busy working on the airplane, I want to talk to your wife for a second.
Absolutely. She's the only person you need to hear from anyway.
No, what am I going to say?
Well, what's it like being married to a pilot builder of a Barracuda?
Fabulous.
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 Is she trying to score brownie points or what?
No, that's the truth.
I think that's actually a true story.
The honest to God truth. Let's see, when I was 19, I flew in a Cessna 152, and I vowed that I was going to have an airplane in my life. So
you guys
came. James, I made him get out there and build every single day for a whole year after we got married till it was done.
That'd be the absolute truth. I'd be sitting at the computer doing email or something, and she said, "Why aren't you building the airplane?" But just get your ass out in the garage and start building. And I did, and that's how it got finished. True story.
Yep. So,
well, at least she knows where to find you, right?
Yep. Garage or the hangar.
That is true.
And she's a fast bird, so that's good. Means I don't have to wait very long between stops.
That's great.
And it's comfortable. I got lots of room back here.
Well, James, did the Barracuda turn out to be everything you had hoped it would be?
I have to say yes. Yes, it did. I still can't bring myself to put the baggage pods on to carry extra baggage because it just costs me too much speed. But one of these days I'll get around to using it. Other than that, it's been a wonderful airplane. It really has been.
So you guys came up from Texas. How many miles and how long did it take you to get here?
It was let's see,
599 miles, and it took 3 hours with a 20-knot headwind.
That's it. See? She knows more than I do, really.
Hey, that's faster than your average commercial ticket.
Well, yeah.
Point to point, absolutely.
That's true. And then we don't have to worry about all that, TSA
parking,
checking extra bags and paying for extra bags.
Yeah, I need to start charging you baggage money.
No.
Maybe that's a good idea.
No, then I would bring less bags. I would just pack it all at once.
All one, and then it wouldn't fit.
And then it wouldn't fit. Yeah.
We've tried that before.
How about the fillets that you've done out on your at the winglets? Can you show those to me and explain what that's doing for you?
Absolutely. Let's go take a look.
First of all, he's like, 5 years, 7 years old.
Winglet intersection fairings were inspired, for me, they were inspired by Jack Morrison's E-Racer and the work that Mark Zeitlin, I believe, helped him with. They used I believe it was a 12-inch radius all the way around and gained some pretty high performance numbers. Granted that the E-Racer had a winglet intersection that was probably the least optimized with it butting the leading edges together. So he had the most to gain from this blended winglet design. Well, I didn't really want to chop my winglets off, so I wanted to see how much I could gain just by fairing this in. So I went through several iterations of tufting and testing to figure out what the airflow was doing on this particular winglet and wing combo, and found a lot of disturbed air in this area. I then made a quick and dirty, still quick and dirty, fence only without any radius, which improved the flow a little, but not as much as I wanted. Didn't see any speed gain, just improved the flow. So then I started experimenting with some different radiuses, and this was actually the first draft, and it came out pretty well. After doing a lot of scientific testing and data gathering, I was able to determine that this fairing, although it's not optimized by any means, was worth 2 knots per winglet. I tested that both by speed runs with light conditions, scientifically measured, and also by asymmetric drag. In other words, putting a fairing on one winglet and leaving it off of the other and testing how much drag reduction or increase between the two winglets in flight. I also found that I went version 2, I took it to a 12-inch radius like Mark had used, and Jack, and ended up creating more drag. Although the flow of the tufts looked beautiful, the flow was attached, the area looked like it was really working. The asymmetrical drag testing indicated that there was more drag on that radius than an unfaired winglet completely. So I ran out of time at that point and didn't take it much further, but I left these on even though they're slightly imperfect, because I do gain 4 knots.
Well, thanks, James. We appreciate the tips on that. Any other modifications you'd care to tell us about?
Well, beside the snarky tips on the top of the winglets, can't really tell you how much they gained me, but it's at least a 10 knot gain on the ground.
James, I've been following your race endeavors, and you've had some really good results. What started your quest for speed?
The quest for speed, actually. I've always wanted to optimize the Percute airframe. It's a fast airplane to start with, but there are several areas, even over the years, that we've determined that could be improved upon. One being the winglet intersection, some other drag reduction, cooling drag reduction is coming soon. But really what prompted all of this was competition and participation in the Sport Air Racing League racing series. A little bit about Sport Air Racing League. They were started out of South Texas in Taylor. A man by the name of Mike Thompson started this kind of points race-based organization where it's just cross-country racing, something like the Air Adventure Cup race, but based on a point system and a placement. So if you got first place or second place or even any place within the race, you gather points and have several races all over the country, and have different classes of airplanes and such, something like NASCAR. And so you can win within your category, or you can win overall. And over the number of years and number of races, incremental changes in the airframe spawned additional speed and higher placings, rankings. And last year I actually placed second overall in the SARL championship. This year my race schedule's been kind of cut short due to some work obligations, but next year I hope to come back and have a full season.
You got notice that you've gotten good results and progress on your speed, and now your latest is up to what, 250?
The highest race speed in total race configuration, that's with Cato's 2-blade highly optimized race prop and all of the mods, ram air and such that I've put on the airplane to date, was this year's Texoma race at 256.03 miles an hour, and that actually included a false start. According to the GPS data logger, actually ran about 262 miles an hour, but there was a problem. I thought I had missed the waypoint for the starting line, came back around and crossed again, but the the start didn't.
So these are
catch that
really
second time.
just your average speed over a course.
These are average speeds over a course. Wind is always a factor, turbulence, weather, etc. But these are raw average numbers. I mean, it's pretty much put up or shut up. At these.
So your actual top speed would be how fast?
In smooth air on an optimum day, the best I've seen is about 265, 267 miles an hour, which would be about 235 knots true.
Very impressive for an 0360.
Not bad. Not
Great
bad.
job.
Still have a lot to do.
Thanks, James.
You bet. Thanks, Tom.
Oh man, is this great or what?
This is great.
Would you highly recommend it?
Yes, I would highly recommend it.
Must be good. We got a hot dog eating contest.
Who's eating who?
That's it. Get you that wire.
On a cozy floor.
Taking these videos, but I never see any of them. That's what he charges for, yeah.
I bought the first set.
Go ahead and cram it full.
Put those together.
Actually, I can't blame it on me.
I noticed that you're
Spread the
short. I noticed that
That'll look nice.
Where's my air?
What do you want to drink?
Okay, here we are, and we have the two founding fathers of the Rough River Get-Together, more commonly known as the Canard Aviation Event in the whole wide world, right here at Rough River, Kentucky. We have Sam Chambers on our left and Dr. Dave Russell on our right. Okay, guys, take it away. Tell me, how did you come up with the idea to get this started?
Well, actually, we didn't. The Central States Association was founded by Arnie Ash probably 25 years ago now, and I believe this fly-in has been now hosted for about 23 years in the fall at Rough River State Park. We've grown from probably 40 airplanes to about 60 to 80 airplanes a year, and the original concept of the fly-in was by Buzz Talbot, who lives in Chicago, and he organized it from Chicago and pulled it off for 4 or 5 years, and then Betsy and my wife and myself and Steve and Patricia Wright took over for a while. At that time, Sammy had found us and fallen in love with coming to the fly-in. Sammy lives about 30 miles away in one direction in Kentucky, and I live about another 30 miles away, so it was sort of natural for us to go ahead and inherit taking over this. So now we've kind of made this a Kentucky fly-in. Really, the fly-in's not all about us and the organizers and pulling it off. It's about the people that come. I think this will be our 23rd year, and it's been bigger and better every year.
that in spite of the economy and in spite of the bad weather on the West Coast, right now there's about 62 or 63 airplanes here on the field. It's not our largest turnout, but it's larger than a lot of them have been, and we're just happy that everybody could make it, and hope they keep coming back, because they're the people that make this flying what it is.
Okay, guys, well, I want you to know how important you are. As of Friday evening, we had 53 airplanes on the field, and nobody knew what to do till you guys got here. So that should make you feel pretty important.
And since we did get here, absolutely nothing has been done. And everybody's having a great time.
That's the way it should be.
Okay. Thanks a lot, guys, for the history, and happy flying. We really appreciate all you've done to make this what it is, because we all look forward to it each year.
Thanks, Don.
Thanks a lot.
They were doing, and they went through Russia.
Yes, sir.